Hey everyone, Anthony here, and today we have a really exciting video. As many of you know, here at Duke City Aquariums, we like to constantly upgrade and change things all the time. We're constantly changing things around, and today is no different. Today we're going to be working on my 55-gallon all-male Peacock aquarium. We're actually going to be upgrading those fish to a bigger home. It's going to be really cool, so stick around. Alrighty guys, so like I said, we're going to be working on my all-male Peacock aquarium. Now, like I said before, it's going to be, the tank that's there right now is a 55-gallon, and a lot of people will say that that's a little bit too small for an all-male Peacock tank, and I definitely agree for the long term. Every fish in there, I have 2 fish that are 4 inches, and then the other fish are like 3.5 and below, so they're not full grown yet. So that's why the 55-gallon was working out perfectly up until now. So what we did get, my buddy actually called me a couple days ago and was like, hey, Petco's having their sale, 75 gallons half off, 90 bucks. So I said, oh my god, buy me one right now and then I'll pay you back later. So he went and did that, dropped it off. So we have a 75-gallon that we're gonna go ahead and move all the peacocks to. Now that's a tank that they can grow full size and still be okay, and I won't have to upgrade that tank in the future. So today we're gonna go ahead and switch everything over. The only things that I did buy for this switch is a couple more bags of sand. Now I'm going to be using the same equipment, you know, the same filter, same heaters, all that stuff. What else do I have in there? I have a power head and all this stuff. So we're going to be using all the same stuff because it will transfer over to the 50 or to the 75, no problem. So my buddy's actually going to come over and help me lift that tank over onto the stand because it's a little bit too big for me to lift by myself. So today we're going to go ahead, switch that over, and then and go from there. All right, stick around. Alrighty guys, so here we are. We got everything set up. My buddy Jose just came over. There he is right there. There's the muscle man. He's going to help me lift this 75-gallon tank right here. We have it on the floor. And then as you can see, I actually did put a couple of bags of sand in there. I had to get a couple more because the substrate that's in this 55 is not gonna be enough for the 75. So I did get a couple more bags. And I also, as you can see, I have a couple little totes right here. Those are what's gonna actually hold the fish and all the filter media while we do the switch, because I don't want any beneficial bacteria to die like on any of the sponges or anything like that. So we're gonna go ahead, set it up, and let's get this switch going. Let's go. Alright guys, so we're making some good progress here. The tank is pretty much drained all the way. The only thing left in there are the fish. And let's see, so this bucket here, we have all of our filter media and rocks and things like that. And that is in aquarium water with the sponge filter running. In the second one, all we have is a sponge filter going, and that's the one that the fish are gonna go into. And so hopefully none of this stuff will be in there very long. Hopefully we can get this switch done really quickly so that we can just get this all set up and they're ready to go. So let's go ahead and scoop out these fish and get them in that bucket now. Let's go. Alrighty, so at this point, the tank is completely drained of water. All that's in there is the sand. I am painting the back of the new tank black. I should have done it earlier, but I totally forgot until now. So I'm actually in the middle of painting that now. So as soon as that's dried, we're gonna go ahead and move this 55, put it on the floor, and then put the 75 on the stand. So we're just kind of waiting for paint to dry. So we'll keep you updated. Here we go. Alrighty guys, so we got everything completely filled up. As you can see, the tank is insanely cloudy right now. We haven't added the fish yet. The fish are still in there with the sponge filter going. So I'm actually gonna leave this, let this sit and kind of everything settle for probably a couple hours or so before I add the fish back. And then after that, we'll go ahead and pop the fish in and we'll call it a day. Alrighty guys, so it has been a few days since we did the swap. Overall, I'm very happy with the way it turned out. I know it's kind of hard to tell on camera the size difference between a 55 and a 75 gallon aquarium. However, in person, the size difference is quite apparent. Therefore, I'm confident that these fish are going to be a lot happier in the larger aquarium. Now, on a side note, some of you may have noticed that there were more than just peacocks in that aquarium. There are also some mbunas, and the reason for that is I did make the decision to completely take down, disassemble my mbuna aquarium. It was a 55 gallon, and I didn't put that on video or anything. That was just something that I decided to do personally, but I am letting you know about it. So if you don't see my mbuna aquarium on any of my future videos, you will know why. However, on a happy note from that is I did decide to keep my 3 largest males from the mbuna aquarium. So I kept the Pseudotropheus acei, the red zebra, and the yellow lab, and I went and put them with the peacocks. At first, honestly, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was taking a gamble. So at first, the results were actually quite entertaining to watch. The Pseudotropheus acei, he's very large. He's just as big as the largest peacocks in that aquarium, and him and the blue regal were going back and forth. That exchange was really entertaining to watch. There was a little bit of scrappiness. They were fighting a little bit, nothing too crazy to where I was concerned, but they didn't like each other, and it was very apparent. The yellow lab immediately went and hid behind the large sponge filter and would not come out, and the red zebra was swimming along as if nothing was wrong, nothing had changed. That was really funny. So just judging by the reaction of the yellow lab and the acei, I decided you know, I need to get these fish out of here. This was a mistake. I did have a backup plan. So that is one thing. You always have to have a backup plan when adding fish to an aquarium, because you never know what's going to happen. So I ended up leaving them in there for a day, and I'm glad I did, because after about a day to a day and a half, everything kind of settled down and kind of went back to normal. It's now been 4 days since we did the switch, and I've been watching it very closely. I've kind of waited on purpose, just because I would have had to modify this outro if things had taken a turn for the worse. So I wanted to monitor it. Like I said, it's been about 4 days, and the Mbunas are still in there, and everything is going great. After the initial kind of shock, everything settled down quite a bit. The only adjustment that I had to make as the fish keeper was in the diet that I have to feed that aquarium. As many of you know, Mbunas are primarily herbivores, and they can't have too much protein, and it's vice versa for the peacocks. They like a lot of protein. So the only thing that I did have to switch was I had to add quite a bit more spirulina to the diet of that aquarium as a whole, which isn't a bad thing, because all fish can pretty much benefit from that. Overall, I'm actually very happy that I did leave the Mbunas in that aquarium, because those were my 3 favorite fish, and I am glad I got to keep them, and I'm glad they're doing well. Last little quick side note, since I did break down the Mbuna aquarium, I was able to salvage one of the hang-on back filters, the Penguin 350 BioWheel from Marineland, and I added it to the 75. So now the filtration on the 75 does have the 2 hang-on backs and the 2 sponge filters, so the filtration is quite good, and I don't see me having any problems with filtration in the future. But anyway, that will wrap it up for me today, guys. Real quick before I go, huge thanks to my buddy Jose for coming and helping me out. I couldn't have done it without you, so thank you, sir. Anyway, that will wrap it up for me today, guys. Please let me know down in the comments what you think about it, any suggestions, what I could have done better, if you liked it or not. Leave that down below. But anyway, that will wrap it up for me today, guys. I thank you so much for watching. My name is Anthony with Duke City Aquariums, and we will catch you in the next one.